Let's have a look at the annual declaration and the PCRE and the issues that it may raise for law firms, particularly around, I think, the timing of opt-in to the new continuing competence regime. What will it say? Well, until the 1st of April we thought a pretty good idea, which was published on the SRA website, and it was around language as follows: I have considered my learning and development needs and taken measures to maintain my competence. Now, lawyers being lawyers and focusing on language as we do, that formulation is relatively permissive. I think there are no bear traps potentially in that for law firms to worry about when they come to the October round of PC renewals. And we thought that that wording was going to be published on the 1st of April. Instead, we had a holding position telling us that actually we would see the wording of the new annual declaration before the start of the new CPD year. Now, the devil will be in the detail. We don't know now what the wording will say. We suspect that it will be similar to the wording that we saw prior to 1st of April, but the wording, I think, will influence decisions that firms make and behaviours by solicitors in terms of whether they are happy and able to sign off on the annual declaration, because whilst lawyers may be blissfully vague about the requirements of the annual declaration up until, for the whole year up until the October PCRE, if they are presented with an annual declaration which they don't think they can sign up to, then there may be problems with the smooth running of the PCRE. So the holding position, it seems to me, is sufficiently ambivalent to create a little bit of uncertainty, just in case there are some more specific behavioural expectations and requirements which are embedded in the language of the annual declaration. And of course, if it is, as we assume, going to be linked to the PCRE process, then there may well be a risk in opting in too early before having seen that final form of wording. And remember that actually the opt-in to the new regime, even for the current 2014-15 CPD year, is open as late as October the 31st, 2015. So I think for the time being, many firms will be keeping a watching brief on the annual declaration, just in case of any unexpected surprises in the language. Okay, well, that's enough for annual declaration, and we'll look in our next video at law firm systems and structures to handle the new continuing competence regime.